वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
Om Gan Ganpate Namaha. Before we see the glimpses of the 10 years of Ganesha that has been celebrated by us, let's first understand what is the meaning of Shri Ganesha. Bhagwan Shri Ganesha or Ganpati is the Pratham Pujya, meaning who is worshipped first in Hindu religion or Sanatan Dharma. Gana means in Ganpati, the three-letter word Gan, G-A-N, it means a leader amongst all classes of beings or Ganas. Hence, Bhagwan Shri Ganesha is the Pratham Puja for all classes. Irrespective of the occasion in Sanatan Dharma, irrespective of location, language, caste or creed, in any part of the world, and before starting any new work, Hindus worship Bhagwan Shri Ganesha before any other god. Scientifically, if we see, universe is a group of atoms and different energies. This universe would be in chaos if there was no supreme law governing these diverse group of entities. The lord of all these groups of atoms and energies is Bhagwan Ganesha. He is the supreme consciousness that pervades and brings order in this universe. Now let's see the story of birth of Shri Ganesha. More importantly is the symbolism why he was born, and most importantly is the reason of understanding the hidden meaning behind his birth. So Bhagwan Shri Ganesha was created by Ma Parvati through turmeric rubbed on her body to remove the dirt. So question 1. Why should Goddess Parvati have dirt on her body? Goddess Parvati is a symbol of festive energy. Her becoming dirty signifies that celebrations can easily become rajasic or feverish or spoiled and can take you away from the center if not celebrated in the right way. Dirt is a symbol of ignorance and Shiva is a symbolic of innocence, peace and knowledge. Question 2. Why Bhagwan Shiv, the epitome of peace? So, was he really so short-tempered that he could cut off the head of his own son? When Ganesha obstructs the path of Bhagwan Shiv, this means that Bhagwan Ganesh, when he was having the human head, it was full of ignorance. That does not recognize knowledge. Hence, to overcome ignorance, knowledge is important. This is the symbolism behind Bhagwan Shiv chopping off his own son's head. I hope it's understood. There are a few more questions that we could have with regards to Bhagwan Ganesha's elephant head. Why an elephant head? Elephant head we know is endowed with the qualities like fearlessness, and we know that an elephant has a royal walk. It proudly destroys any obstacle on its path. An elephant is also a symbol of authority, endurance, strength and courage. So to symbolize these qualities of the divine, Bhagwan Ganesha is depicted in the form of an elephant. When we worship Bhagwan Ganesha, we are able to imbibe all these qualities into our consciousness. The elephant is the only being that can perform all its functions with its trunk. It smells, eats, drinks, and works with its trunk. The trunk is the symbol of the perfect balance between Gyan Shakti, that is knowledge, and the Karma Shakti, that is action. Last but not the least, the fourth question for this time. We have seen that Bhagwan Ganesha has been traveling on a mouse, that is his Vahan or his mode of transport. So what could be the reason that Bhagwan Sri Ganesha, who has an elephant head, has chosen a mouse as his mode of transport? The symbolism here runs extremely deep. There could be four different meanings to it. So let's see what are the different meanings to it. The mouse, it could snip and nibble away at the ropes that bind together. So these ropes could be either the ropes of ignorance, so it snips and nibbles away the ignorance and ultimately leading to knowledge, that is represented by Bhagwan Ganesha. The other symbolic representation could be that a mouse also represents an ego. Hence, it needs to be controlled. Therefore, Bhagwan Ganesha rides over the mouse, keeping the ego in control. The third symbolic representation could be that we see the mouse running here and there. So the wandering mouse may also represent the wavering human mind. And we should be able to control the mind with intellect, because Bhagwan Ganesha represents intellect and the mouse represents the wavering mind, human mind. So with intellect, we should be able to control our mind as well. And the fourth thing could be, we have seen that a mouse could be a positive representation or a negative representation also. Therefore, in the fourth one, it could also be a symbolic of if the mouse is left out of control, it could nibble all the good and noble things in a person. Therefore, a mouse has to be in control. And that is where Bhagwan Sri Ganesha sits on the mouse and controls a mouse.
गणनायक तू सिद्धि विनायक विनायका तू धनदायक तू वक्रतुंड तू एकदंत तू गुणाधीश तू धूम्रवर्ण तू लंबोदर तू गजानना तू श्री गणपति तू गज वक्र तू बालचंद्र तू वरद विकट तू श्री गणेश तू विघ्नराज तू सुख करता तू दुख हरता तू गणाधीप तू उमासूत तू गणाधीश तू मूळारंभ तू विघ्नहर्ता तू सैन्य भरता तू आशा पूरक तू मंगलदाता शुक्लांबर तू मूषक वाहन गणनाथा तू ज्ञान विनायक बुद्धिदाता गजवदना तू वंदन तुझला हे जगपालक वंदन तुझला हे जगपालक वंदन तुझला हे जगपालक वंदन तुझला हे जगपालक मोरेश्वर तू बल्लाळेश्वर प्रथमेशा तू चिंतामणि तू गिरिजात्मक तू विघ्नेश्वर तू विद्यापति तू विद्याधर तू शूर्पकर्ण तू शारद सुंदर सिंधुरवर तू श्री गणेन्द्र तू मंगलमूर्ति भक्तवत्सला ढुंडिराज तू गजतुंड तू वर्णवपू तू पार्वती नंदन विद्याधीश तू गजकर्ण तू चतुर्भुज तू दंत दिनकरा विश्वसूत्र तू विघ्नेशा तू मयूरेश्वर तू सिंदूर चर्चित सुरवर वरदा जगदीशा तू अविनाशा तू बुद्धि प्रकाशक करुणाकर तू धूम्रकेतु तू वंदन तुझला हे जगपालक वंदन तुझला हे जगपालक वंदन तुझला हे जगपालक वंदन तुझला हे जगपालक सुरवरदायक संकट मोचक विधियुत गायक त्रिभुवन नायक ज्ञान महंत तू त्रिभुवन सुंदर लंबोष्टक तू कृपा सिंधु तू भयहारक तू जगदाधीश तू आनंद मूर्ति प्रथम पति तू शिवनंदन तू गंभीरा गुण विघ्न नाशी तू कुंजर तुंड तू मोदक प्रिय तू शंकर नंदन सर्वतिनाशक कृपालव तू ओम सर्वज्ञ संकष्ट नाशन प्रिय दर्शन तू श्री हेरंब तू रक्त नेत्र तू स्थूल मूर्त तू कर्म कर हर्ता तू महोदरा तू बुद्धिदाय तू सुखदायक तू व्याधिनाशक क्षमायुक्त तू वंदन तुझला हे गणनायक वंदन तुझला हे गणनायक वंदन तुझला हे गणनायक वंदन तुझला हे गणनायक श्री गजास तू सिद्धिदात्र तू श्री सुमुख तू गणराजा तू गुहाग्रजा तू श्री सर्वाय तू महातेज तू श्री कुब्जाय.
This year we had an eco-friendly Ganesha, which was quite different from the other years. This year the Ganesha was made up of 7 different grains and lentils. So let's see what is the importance of these different grains and lentils as per the Sanatan Dharma or a Hindu religion. First grain that this Ganesha was made was from the rice or the chawal. The rice is known to bring happiness and peace in our lives. The red lentil or the masoor is known to wade away the enemies from our lives, and also if there is some obstacle in our life, it is known to remove those obstacles. Then comes the yellow lentil or the moong. This moong or the yellow lentil is known to bring auspiciousness in our lives and also give us a lot of mental peace. The split chickpeas is known to bring a lot of wealth in the society, wealth in our families, and wealth in our own lives. The wheat we know, wheat we also call is at gehu. It's known to bring blessings from our forefathers. Then the black lentil or the kala urad, it's known to keep away from fears of any kind. It prevents any kind of bad dreams. And last but not the least, the moat lentil, it's known to keep the family together. So this is how this year's Ganesha was different and bringing a lot of blessings to the family, to the near and dear ones and the families across.
भक्तानंद तू गणंजया तू धरणीधर तू महागणपती बुद्धि प्रिय तू ओम अमित तू अमोघ सिद्धय क्षिप्र प्रसाद तू ओम मंत्र तू ओम निधय तू ओम सुमंगल ओम बीज तू ओम श्री शिव तू ओम श्रीकाश्यप वाचा सिद्ध तू धुंडि विनायक शिवा तनय तू विघ्न राजेंद्र कृष्ण पिंगाक्ष तू अधशमना ओम श्रीमते तू अष्ट विनायक.
Bhagwan Ganesha idols are immersed in water after 1.5 days, some of them after 5 days, some after 7 days, and some after 10 days on an Anant Chaturdashi day. So let's understand the science behind immersing idols, especially Ganesha idols, in water. Ganesh Chaturthi is the celebration of rebirth of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha. So what is rebirth? We know that Bhagwan Ganesha's head was cut or severed by his father Bhagwan Shiv, and then he got the head of the elephant and attached it to his son's body. So that was rebirth of Sri Ganesha. So Ganesh Chaturthi is celebration of rebirth of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha. Idol is immersed in water so that Ganesha may return back to his home after 10 days. Once the devotees have got him to worship him for 10 days, so after 10 days even Bhagwan Ganesha wants to go back to his own home. The statue is ritualistically immersed in water so that it may break down into clay. Generally, if we really go for eco-friendly Ganesha, this eco-friendly Ganesha should be made out of mud. And let's see how it benefits the environment as well. Making Ganesha idols usually start about 2 to 3 months in advance before the festival approaches. Now, if the idols are eco-friendly, so the mud has to be used. Now, mud is taken out in huge quantities around the starting of rainy season, hence paving way for the rain water to go underground. So, when on Anant Chaturdashi, Ganesha idols are immersed back in water, they purify the water. How do they purify the water? During puja rituals, we worship God with turmeric and various other herbs. Now, this turmeric and various other herbs, on entering the water, they purify the water. They not only purify the water, but also make aquatic animals healthier and the environment healthier as well.
And not to forget the last thing, that Anant Chaturdashi also marks almost the end of rainy season. Hence, mud can go where it belongs to without spoiling the nature. So you see how eco-friendly it is. Just before or around the start of rainy season, the mud is dug out so that the rain water can enter in the underground, so that the underground water level rises. And once this Anant Chaturdashi comes, once the idols are immersed in water, along with the mud that goes back to the nature, the other herbs also go back to the nature to enhance or to purify the environment and the animals.
तुझको फिर से जलवा दिखाना ही होगा, अगले बरस आना है आना ही होगा। देखेंगी तेरी राहें प्यासी प्यासी निगाहें तो मान ले तू मान भी ले कहना मेरा, लौट के तुझको आना है, लौट के तुझको आना है, सुन कहता दीवाना है, जब तेरा दर्शन पाएंगे चैन तब हमको पाना है। ओ मोरिया 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 रे बाबा, मोरिया 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 रे, मोरिया 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 रे बाबा, मोरिया 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 रे। तुझको फिर से जलवा दिखाना ही होगा, अगले बरस आना है